Hello and welcome back to another OMNIHEROES video. In this video we are going to look at the new units from Season 10. This is Season 10, the Primeval Realm. So maybe Alice has something to do with it, maybe she doesn't. I know Snow White didn't last season, but maybe that's a sub-theme that they're going to start to run with, is storybook characters. She is the odd one out in this one, and my apologies if you can hear banging in the background. It is the roofers. They are putting a new roof on my house, so is what it is. So Alice, yes, she is a Valianter, she is a Verdian, and she is an Enchanter, as well as a Light Seeker. So for me, art looks absolutely fantastic. She looks absolutely crazy, of course, as Alice has been noted to before. In many video games, she has been noted to be absolutely mental. And we'll just have to see. So we'll load into game. Hold on. Okay, so we are back, and there is slim pickings indeed for enchanters. There is one really good linking partner who matches all four synergies for Alice, and that is Ashlin. You have your Valiant synergy, you have Verdiant synergy, you have your Enchanters and your Light Seekers synergy. That is 4 out of 4 as a potential match for Alice. Really strong pairing. No, I'm just joking. Like, Ashlin does basically nothing. She does Purify if you have her exclusive runes, which can be very good, especially if you want to trigger the Hindrance ability. Something which you do need to take note of, it's on the Celestials. So if we jump into Elma and we go into runes, have a look at the thingies here. When Divine Heroes, when equipped, when allies trigger Purify, which is what Ashlin does, there is a 50% chance to apply Enfeeble. Unable to receive buffs on all enemies for 1 round. Really strong, really powerful effect. Ashlin does that on action. So, as you can see, we jump into her runes here. Ashlin's attack, defense, and max HP are increased by 10% during battle. When Ashlin takes action, purifies 10 stacks of debuffs. So every time Ashlin is taking action, you do have that chance to purify and apply hindrance to your enemies as well, or enfeeble, whatever you want to call it. He does get applied, and it just means that your enemies cannot take buffs for that entire round every time Ashlin takes action, and she is relatively quick. She's at 113. If she were to get a plus 10 speed, it would make her much more efficient, but as it stands at the moment, I think she's quite close to unrunnable. But there are other Verdiants in here as well, and Verdiants are a hot topic recently. Nobody can really run, or nobody seems to have the units to beat these Verdiant stages. You do have Illume, who is a Valiant Verdian synergy. You do have Christine as well, who is Valiant Verdian, but a striker and light seeker as well. And then finally, you have the ultimate Valiant, yes, Diane. Diane is actually quite strong. Believe it or not, she is one of the strongest of these epic units. Temporarily reduces accuracy rate by 20%. That is nowhere else in the game. You cannot reduce accuracy rate. And rapidly fires arrows, dealing 167% to a backline enemy. And then crit rate increased by 15%. It is what it is. Now, Power of Nature to purify 2 non-controlled debuffs from herself. This also triggers the Celestial buff as well, just something to keep in mind. So potentially that might be a route that you want to go down, is triggering that Celestial synergy. Every time a unit dies, or every time you purify anything, it will trigger that Celestial synergy. So not only will you have Diane doing that, but you will also have Ashlin doing that as well, to pair alongside our latest unit of Alice. Again, I don't think you're running Alice in that way. She is also an enchanter, but there's no enchanters to speak of here. So not really. Anyway, I don't think there is. You have Diane, and you have Ashlin, and that is it. Those are the only linking partners for us. So clearly, that is the team that you need to start running. We'll see. Now we're going to move on to the next one, the next unit. This unit I'm really really excited for. And it is Behemoth. So Behemoth, a card in Magic the Gathering. Crate Huff Behemoth, to be sure. The art is nowhere near as good on this one, but or on the other one. It is a top quality Magic card, to say the least. It has ended more Commander games than you can think of, or than you can count, at least on one hand, I suspect. She is a Doom, she is a Celestial, and she is a Monarch as well, which means you can legitimately have a 5 Monarch Dooms team in the form of Halissa. Halissa really strong, especially with these red runes. When deploying 3 Monarchs, Synergy Mates, Monarch Synergy Mates, Halissa, and Monarch Synergy Mates increase their max HP by 500%. That is really, really strong. That 500% is what we get in the slot 1 and slot 2 in the current seasonal meta. If you have leveled it up properly, it's just crazy how long those units survive for, and Halissa is doing the same thing but for all of your Monarchs. So you do have Halissa, you have Merlin, the next Monarch, or the first Monarch on the Dooms team. Physical damage reduction increased by 30% for all allies. Each time Merlin takes action, there is a 50% chance or 100% chance if you have full red to apply 2 stacks of Reflect Boost on all allies for 3 rounds. Really, really strong, especially paired with Halissa and her abilities. So the more Reflect Boost and more attack stacks that she has, the better off she will be, because she'll be providing defense and HP increases to all of the team up to 20 stacks. So really, really good pairing. And then you add Leviathan in there. Leviathan really, really strong. If we jump into Celestial Trials, as you can see, my Percival, Dungeon Maniac, is at floor 150, whereas the rest of mine are okay. You've got floor 113, floor 125, floor 118, etc., etc. The reason Percival is so high is because of Leviathan. So Leviathan, you just need her, and you need Landra in order to swim. There's a video out on my channel on that, unfortunately. Already, so I can't really go too much into it. So if you want to go and check that out, please do. And then, yeah, Leviathan here, really, really strong. And it is this Reflect ability. So when Leviathan is alive, there is a 50% chance that enemy heroes' active skills will redirect the target to themselves. This ignores defense. It doesn't ignore like holy shields or shields, but it does ignore normal defense and any damage reduction, stuff like that. It just gets completely ignored, and it goes straight back at the enemy and takes them out quite often. Actually, you see enemies taking themselves out very, very often. There's also this increases reflect rate by 200% and max HP by 50%, but now she has a royal linking partner. Not a complete royal linking partner, mind you. Behemoth is a celestial who should work very well with Arthur, so you could pair Arthur with her and the 3 other monarchs, and you would have yourself a very formidable team, especially because Arthur can't take more than 20% of his HP, or it would be 40% HP in a single attack. That is one of Arthur's weaknesses, is right at the start of battle. He can just be taken out like that. Like, you know, just click your fingers and then that's it. So we'll see. But she is a Tundra Beast Lord as well, so we'll just have to see what she does. I don't have any information on what she does, or any of these units don't have any information on what they do, just the teams that they will be on. And then you're going to want to run them in as well. So we'll move into the next one. This is Lilith. Yes, if I zoom in, I'm not going to. Wait, I tell you what, I will zoom in. How about we do this? Because it's relatively see-through. No comment on that. You just do what you need to. She is an ethereal, and she is a striker. Now, we know that the best ethereal in the game is a striker, and she is a deviant as well. That is Lysandra. God, what were they thinking? What were they thinking? Lysandra unleashes Infernal Flames, dealing blah, 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 does nothing to 3 random enemies, a single backline target. Does nothing. Every 1 increase in Lysandra's speed additionally increases her crit damage by 3% and all allies' crit damage by 1%. Can you imagine if you could increase her speed by, say, 50? That'd be cool. You'll get an additional 150% crit damage. There is a way. Let me show you. we jump into seasonal content, tome treasures, we jump into ancient accessories, and then we jump into, say, Astrid here. If we go into this fourth one here, increase speed by 50, max 50. So you can get an additional 150% this season for Lysandra, and I think you should be able to next season as well. But a fantastic linking partner with the new unit. Lilith looks very, very strong. I don't know what she does, but she's a deviant, so can be paired alongside Elisha as well. So Elisha and Wukong, sometimes people try and switch out Wukong for Elwyn or for Master. You know, it is what it is. But I think the team that you will be running moving forward will be something along the lines of Elisha, Eudora, Karnak, and then either Wukong or Lilith, and then Elwyn or Amaterasu as well, depending on your star level for Amaterasu. But yeah, really, really coming together. Potentially, you can even start to bring in Lysandra into the fold for the additional striker synergy. But I don't think that's going to be altogether too worth it, because we only have one striker on that team, barring Cleo, barring Victoria as well. We only have the one striker, and besides, they're both Celestials as well, so I don't know. We'll see. But this is a really, really solid unit. I think it's going to be really, really solid unit, and I think that actually she's going to fit very well onto that team. Again, the problem is it's the striker synergy. We'll have to see. Now, the final unit, Tiamat. Tiamat looks very, very interesting, and for a couple of reasons. So you've got your Mystifier. She is a Mystifier. Yes, so let's zoom in. On that Tiamat logo, it is absolutely fantastic. Yes, I'm only looking at the Tiamat logo, not looking at anything else on the screen besides severe back problems. She is a royal, she's a deviant, and she is a phantom as well. So let's have a look in our Mystifiers lineup for other phantoms. There is one Minotaur, really, really powerful unit, or he was. Very good tank. Back in the early days of the game, used to run him all the time before I discovered Dullahan and Talos. But each time Minotaur takes action, my apologies. Hold on. Sorry about that. I think they've stopped now, maybe they can just hear when I'm talking. So Minotaur, it's all about his runes, really. Each time Minotaur takes action, he applies stun to one random enemy for 3 rounds. Hold on. Just gonna have to grin and bear it. So, Minotaur, he is very, very powerful. He can be really, really strong. And the reason that I know this is because when I was going up against Glasnost and Grub in AD, so there was a guild AD previously, really, really powerful guild. In fact, the reason that Catherine has AD printed all over her in her skin, it's the World Champion skin. But they ran a team of Minotaur. They had Franz in there as well, who is also another phantom. They had Karnak in there for his bind effect, and then they also had Victoria. At the time, Victoria, but now Victoria. They had those bind effects in there. So if we have a look at her here, when the allied team's total number of kills is higher than 2, Victoria gains 100% damage boost, but at the start of the round, Victoria has 33% chance to apply bind to 2 random targets, and if you have a full red, she has a 100% chance to apply as well. So just something to keep in mind. That stun team, it was absolutely a pain to deal with, still is, but the point is there is 2 phantoms on the team here, in the form of Franz and in the form of Minotaur as well, both very viable in competitive play currently. Hold on. Sorry about that. So it's just it is what it is. If you can hear the banging, my apologies. There's roofers doing what they need to do. But yeah, there is 2 phantoms on this team already, Minotaur and Franz. So potentially this is the start of a new Franz and Minotaur revival arc. We'll have to see. Yeah, she is going to be really, really strong. Tiamat by the name Mother of Dragons, and there is a Magic the Gathering commander card as well. 5 colours. Whenever you cast it, go search your library for 5 cards, 5 dragon cards specifically, put them into your hand. Really, really powerful effect. And she looks very powerful as well. We'll see how well she does with Mystifiers because, I mean, she might just be another burn one. Another burn to pair with Mulan. Mulan famously calls her dragon, applies burn to enemies as well. So we'll just have to see. Again, we will just have to see. Tiamat, very, very strong. I think she's going to be. Who do I think is going to be the strongest out of all of them this season? I think Behemoth, of course, because of the Monarch synergy. But I've been wrong before. I have been wrong before. Isis turns out not to be the strongest. I believe Ra to be the strongest this season. But again, we'll see. So that is all of them in their glory. Mother of Dragons are absolutely fantastic. You do have Lilith art. Again, fantastic art. Excellent wingspan. Slightly see-through. And then you have Behemoth as well, as well as Alice. But, it is what it is. The Tundra Beast Lord as well. We'll see. We'll see just how strong these guys are when they do get released and when they get put in game. We will have a look at them even more. So thanks very much for watching. I do hope you have a fantastic day, whatever it is you're doing. And good luck.